Hello everybody, Mobius1 here, and what's this? A Star Wars Galaxies video? That's right, I'm bringing you guys a little bit of Star Wars Galaxies emulator news. A couple of days ago, on June 2nd, 2021, Lolander made this thread on the forums titled Publish 10.5 Rise of Galaxies. The post starts off, as of Monday, May 31st, we have reopened TC Prime to the community, allowing you to use your copied Basilisk characters to test the new changes currently on the unstable branch. The changes are listed below. For those of you unfamiliar with TC Prime, and forgive me, my resolution is so high that my text is really tiny, when you go to create a new character on SWGEmu and you choose your server, you'll see that there is TC Nova, Basilisk, the Pit, and now TC Prime. This used to be here a while ago. I believe it was turned off for some reason a couple months ago, but it is back. TC Prime is another test server, except instead of being independent from Basilisk the way TC Nova is, TC Prime actually copies the state of the Basilisk server, I think roughly once a week. I've been told that it's supposed to be once a week. I'm not sure if it's configured that way currently. They can change that whenever they want. So as of now, I think once a week, TC Prime is literally just a copy-paste version of Basilisk with a little bit of extra code. TC Nova is where the devs will implement their changes and test their code first. Then they want to see how it works with some of the stuff that's on Basilisk, but before pushing it to Basilisk, they'll push it to Prime, get people to test it with their actual Basilisk characters that without having any consequences on Basilisk, and then once it's good, those changes will eventually be merged onto Bassi. The post continues, there are a large number of fixes, and we are in dire need of the community's help to test stability and work out any newly added bugs that may arise. These changes are also listed in the Publish 11 checklist, and we're asking any willing community members to test the fixes that are not bolded green and marked done. The assistance with testing would be greatly appreciated by the staff and enable us to continue to move ever forward. If any members do pick an unmarked fix to test, please kindly put your results in the QA channel in Discord. See you on Prime. I figured, like I usually do with the Publish patch notes videos, we'll go through here and I'll kind of talk about the changes that I think are most important or are worth mentioning. There are definitely a lot of minor changes that, I mean, if you guys want to go over the full patch notes and you can't read it in the video, I'll include the link to this post in the video description down below. I'm just going to point out the ones that I think are significant enough to talk about. So the first one that jumped out at me, and forgive me, you guys know I've been out of the SWG scene for quite a while, added battlefield markers across various planets in the galaxy. So I just jumped onto Prime and drove all the way up to this area northeast of Mos Entha near the Mos Espa racetrack, POI. Where's the POI thing? Yeah, just south of the old Mos Espa arena track. And you can see here what these battlefield markers are. Now, I'm not sure if they're active, because I don't believe during 14.1 they were active. No, they don't appear to be doing anything right now. But what these were, and my memory may be a little hazy on this, but these were kind of like PvP. I think there was PvP versions and PvE versions. This one, I believe, is a PvP battlefield, where there would be like, I don't know if they were timed events where things would spawn. Somebody who remembers these more than me can comment on the video below if you want to clarify exactly what used to happen in these battlefield markers. I remember them, and I remember that they were missing when I played Galaxies, or the emulator, so I'm glad to see them back, and I'd like to see them used for something. If I remember correctly, each planet has 4 of these somewhere on the map, and they're all supposed to be slightly different, and yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna get out of them. It's been a really long time since I've read anything on these, or you know, even used them in game. But yes, that means I'm excited over something that I have no idea what it does, but it's exciting. Continuing on, we have fixed an issue that kept players in combat after being incapacitated or killed by a turret. I think I've personally had that happen to me before. Specifically doing the Phase 3 melee accuracy quest for the village. The base turrets, I think when I was testing that issue for the, or I'm sorry, when I was testing that quest for the village video guide that I did, I'm pretty sure I ran into that. So that's good if that's fixed. Fixed issues with proposed Unity, including missing functionality. So I guess possibly we can get married in game now? For combat, fixed issue allowing more than one attack to execute at the same time. I'm not sure exactly how that worked, but I do remember people on Discord talking about that. So it's good if that's taken care of. Also, fixed knockdown, posture change, and dodging animations to fire appropriately and without delay. That was really annoying because you would, you know, be fighting and you would get knocked down, but you wouldn't actually see your character get knocked down. Your combat actions would stop working and it would say you can't attack while knocked down or whatever. And then like 3 or 4 seconds later, you'd see your character fall over. So that's pretty good. Honestly, there's a lot of things here in the combat that are probably more important than I think they are. Like fixed combat log damage should not include food or Jedi armor mitigation. Fixed armor mitigation combat spam values to correctly account for multi-pool attacks. I don't particularly use the combat log, but I'm sure a lot of you out there, specifically PvPers, are probably really invested in, you know, the results of the combat log. Those of you that are worried about min-maxing. So that kind of stuff is probably more important for you than it is for me, but I'll bring it up. Fixed state application causing creatures to stand up after being killed. No more zombie creatures. Moving down to quests, fixed Nim's theme park, Jenkins and Cole no longer require drag and drop of their quest items for quest completion. I guess my video on Nim's theme park is going to get a whole lot fewer views now that that's no longer a thing. Fixed NPCs to converse and move around instead of staring into the distance. Finally, those of us crawling around Mos Eisley on Tatooine, we can follow random Jawas around town aimlessly. Finally. Fixed Black Sun Bunker Technician to be attackable. Fixed Pets to now receive the swimming state when swimming, and pets to no longer attack while swimming. Sorry, creature handlers. Scrolling down to GCW, added contraband scans to function in the wild. So let's go drive around outside of Mos Entha on Tatooine, because this has already happened to me earlier as I was driving out to those battlefield markers, so I'm sure it'll happen again sometime soon. There it is, almost as if on cue. A probot descends from orbit and begins to conduct a contraband scan on me. After a few seconds, scan is complete. Contraband has been discovered. So I believe the contraband that I have is probably my sliced armor. I may also have Muon gold on me somewhere. And that's a shuttle. A Lambda shuttle coming down to greet me. And we've got some stormtroopers that spawn in. Now, you can drive away. I've driven away earlier already, and nothing happened. So, as long as you're, you know, able to get back on your bike and drive away, I think everything's fine, but let's see what happens. You're being stopped for a contraband search by the Empire. Remain at your current location until the scan is completed. This is pretty cool. Now, I think if you leave, they'll either attack you. Well, if you're Rebel, they'll definitely flag you as a Rebel and attack you. I'm neutral. Yeah, failure to comply may affect your standing with the Empire, so you may lose Imperial faction points if you just drive away. You may also be fined. Oh yeah, there we go. For violations of local contraband law, a fine of 160,000 credits has been issued. Failure to pay this fine will result in negative faction standing. Yes. Your payment of the fine has been received. Be warned, the Empire does not look kindly on those who violate the law, especially when the violator claims to be loyal to the Emperor. Now get out of my sight. That's pretty cool. That's way more expensive than I was expecting it to be. 160,000? I'm sure it's probably based on how much contraband you have, and considering I wear a full suit of sliced composite armor. Except for this piece, apparently. Huh. How'd that one get passed? Anyway. Yeah, and then just like that, they're gone. Oh no! And another probe droid scanning me! Alright, we're gonna get out of here. No. Remain at your current location until the scan is complete. No. It's chasing me. No, scan's complete. Contraband has been discovered. I'm not paying again. I want to say that they've got these, like, the frequency. Oh god, here come the troops again. It's like the same the same group of stormtroopers gets called back to the same location immediately after they leave. They're like, oh no, it's this guy again. Yeah, I would like to say, I'm pretty sure that they have the frequency of these scans turned up right now for testing purposes. I don't think it's going to be that crazy on live. I'm hoping. Okay, added banners to signal which faction controls an NPC city. Very nice. Fixed Bothan ability to receive a discount from a faction recruiter. Pretty cool. Added a chance for Princess Leia and Darth Vader to visit faction-controlled NPC towns to rally troops. I remember that happening in live, and that's pretty cool. It's one of those minor things that obviously it doesn't affect gameplay at all. It's just, it's more immersive. Couple changes to FRS. Fixed FRS XP to now correctly use caps based on rank acquired and to function like XP caps in other professions. Added functionality so that players who have been banned from the game will now lose their FRS rank at the next daily rank maintenance window. Under items, fixed repair tools to now have 5 uses. Fixed items with customized appearances to inherit the base item as variation of rather than the custom appearance selection. It's interesting. But this one, the 2 of these are the ones that I really wanted to point out. First of all, fixed Deathwatch Blood Guards to now have a chance to drop binary liquids and protective liquids. That's important for Mandalorian armor, I think. And I don't remember if a binary liquid is one of the items needed for the jetpack or not. I think that might just be for Mandalorian armor. I might be misremembering that, but that's going to be helpful for sure. But I think more importantly than that is the one above it. Fixed Ewoks to no longer drop Ewok crossbow. The Ewok crossbow, ladies and gentlemen, is being turned into an unobtainable item. So get out there and start massacring Ewoks now while you can, and get as many of those little stick crossbows as possible, because after this goes live, those things are going to be valuable. A couple changes at different professions. Architect added functionality so that merchant tents can be crafted in 2 additional colors. Jedi robes no longer decay. Saber block, now when an attack with a state is blocked, the state is also blocked. Squad leaders get a little bit of an XP buff. They now gain XP even if group members are XP capped. A couple other things. It looks like for medic they fixed the drag corpse command. Weaponsmith, they fixed the parent selection to allow variation when crafting ranged weapon components. I think that's kind of connected to the variation of fix that we mentioned earlier. But I think the other most important change that's coming, in addition to the Ewok crossbow disappearing, is fixed dancer giving too much XP compared to musician. Now, that as a statement is a little vague. I had to actually reach out and ask one of the staff members to clarify whether or not that means musician was giving not enough or if dancer was giving too much. Because based on the way this is phrased, it makes it sound like the dancer was getting too much XP compared to musician, and that has been nerfed. And after talking to Misc on Discord, yeah, that's exactly the case. Dancer was receiving twice as much of the XP as they were supposed to. So Dancer XP is being nerfed by 50%. So if you've got any intention of being a dancer, you should probably get on that grind now, because it's going to take twice as long to grind Dancer after this patch goes live. So that's really it for the updates themselves. I did reach out to the staff to ask them a couple questions about what 10.5 is going to be exactly. While obviously nothing with the SWGEmu project is ever guaranteed, as things are constantly changing, the current consensus seems to be that once the testing of these 10.5 changes on Prime are completed, that they will be merged onto Basilisk in sort of like a mini Publish update, instead of just being added to the Publish 11 checklist and included in that next major update. That means, as of now, we may see these changes on Basilisk sooner rather than later. Of course, that depends on how many people we have testing, so if you're hanging out and you like playing Galaxies and you want to help the project move forward, jump onto TC Prime. You don't even need to create a character because all of your Basilisk characters will be there already. Definitely check out the link in the video description to learn more on how you can help. As a quick side note, there are going to be some events later this month. There's going to be a Basilisk anniversary event on, it looks like Friday, June 11th. And then at some point later this month, there should be the Empire Day / Remembrance Day event. I'll do my best to have a video announcement for that once I know exactly when that's going to be, because last year, I think it was last year, maybe the year before, was really a big turnout and a really cool event. And lastly, I am working on some kind of super secret project that is going to be kind of along the lines of the Swipe Guild that I started back in 2018. I haven't made an official video announcement yet, but if you are a member of my Discord, you can find some additional information on that in one of the SWGEmu channels over there. So if you're, if you're curious what I've got planned going on behind the scenes, either join the Discord or at least subscribe to the channel so that you'll get the video update when that comes out. Keep your eyes open. That's it for now. I know it's been a long time since I've played Galaxies. I'm slowly getting, dipping my toes back into the pool, trying to see how things are going on, monitoring the Discord and the Reddit a little more than I have been. So we'll see. We'll see. I think we did a couple of Galaxies live streams a week or two ago, and there should be more to come. So yeah, it's getting exciting. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Don't forget to check out the link in the description. Thanks for watching. Mobius1 here. I'll see you guys later.